where they have Huhi diving the backline in the Rakan, the Yasuo popping off. It just makes this game so difficult for the AD carry to play.
The question I'm going to ask you, Dagda, is this is now the first Yasuo full caps as the time has run down. He's played Nautilus, Annie, Lissandra, Kragas, Aurelion, so
before he can get the full shove in.
Find out. Bin, however, while he's being targeted, Rocket Grab connects onto Elk. On's got a good amount of damage back. The root from the grab attempt, slowing down the engage. Bin's in trouble, already flashed, pushes, Yike under the tower, knocked back from the queue, the burning, the sapling, running, and I don't think it's going to be enough. Bin survives, bot lane survives, no kills secured. All of a sudden, though, there's a tower dive. Hans Summers the target, Munchkin smashed down from Shun. First blood secured, instant reply back as Mickey's got the CC, and his target is from the tower on Shun. He will be able to decoy to safety.
And that's disaster for BLG.
CS curve, kill and assist to Shun on that Wukong, who is now stepping into the river. All right, mid lane was shoved up. Caps was able to move first into the river, and with the fact that Mickey and Hansama pushed in Alk and On, they've started this objective off. There is a potential engage. Level 5 for Shun, Smite available to him. Level 4 for Yike. The engage on to Mickey's going low, forced to flash away to safety. They trade kills, 1-for-1, jungle for support, Dragon down to 1400, and Caps running for his life. He's still holding on to that last breath, waiting for a knockup. Hans Summer, level 5, stepping into the pit. There's a Smite versus no Smite, and the Smite secures it. G2 get the objective, and Yike flashes away to safety. Elk has got red, white, that means let's fight! Hans Summer flashes over the wall, trying to get the rockets down, and Caps is the target. They get Dragon, but they lose another. 2-for-1 in the fight. The objective goes to G2.
Oh, and the big thing there is that, again, the initial trade looks really good.
By Shun. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for BLG. In London, things are looking a little scary for G2 Esports.
Yeah, because if you fall this far behind in terms of gold, like the BLG comp, if they can just scrap you continuously, they're going to be so happy, right? Champions like Silas, like Wukong can snowball incredibly hard, and right now, you're already falling behind everywhere that it matters.
Oh, Mickey is in trouble. We have to step away, but you can see that a lot of members of G2 are moving up towards this top side. They're aware there's a lot of members of BLG here, and they are worried that Broken Blade may end up being the focus.
More importantly, I need to see this Yasuo-Gragas combination paying off. If they can get to Elk on the back line, maybe there's enough time to make plays for the rest of the squad. Nature's Grasp will force the flash. Rocket grab onto On. You used this flash a second ago. Great.
Mickey X. You even got Yagao, who's on the way as well.
Look at that minimap. You called it, Dagda, perfectly.
Oh!
Right, the hook connects. Shun is nearby, Cyclone's available, gets the knockup. Hansama is able to escape for now. Mickey is taken down where he stands. Hansama needs a few more seconds before it's available. Yagao will steal away the Super Mega Death Rocket, and it's sidestepped. All of a sudden, Yike looking for the re-engage.
We got the TP coming through. Broken Blade is here. Caps inside. Can they get the knock-off?
Explosive Cask is available. Where's it going? Broken Blade.
There it is!
On against the wall. 2 members knocked up, but there's not enough damage. There's not enough follow-up. It's G2 that lose their mid laner. Another kill secured for On, and BLG are in full control.
And they throw everything at them. G2 desperately tries to get a kill, get someone. They will at the end. But just looking at what happened on bot lane. But Broken Blade TP'd in. Bin has just been slamming against the turret of Shun.
Well, Shun is the target. 2, 1, and 4. Warrior tricks to buy some time. Moonlight Vigil comes out. Yike gets his second. On gets turned off. And G2 find 2 picks.
And just into their face.
Does Yagao fight this? Does Yagao fight this? He's hijacked the Nature's Grasp, and he's using G2's weapons against them. That's a root onto 2. The rocket grab catches onto Elk, and Mickey goes down, but Hans Summer finds the kill. The second dragon goes to G2 Esports.
Winning another map again. Shun, though, wants to make sure Caps gets punished for it.
He's done this already. Shun's already found 1 solo kill, forces the flash early. Steel Tempest slowly being charged. Support's coming from On as well as Bin. Caps will slide backwards once more, use the minions to help out!
Is exactly how they need to start playing this, and might need to find more here.
Oh, I'm starting to be scared as Yike gets jumped on by Bin. Goal difference at 14, you can see significantly in favor of Bin. Repeating that awful replay that Shox made us all watch from years gone by as they're taking control. Rift Herald number 2 has been started. Chronicler, do you reckon G2 want this fight?
Look at Elk's positioning. If you can't get to him, you can't win the fight. The rest of them standing in front of him.
Ghost and Flash available. Nature's Grasp. I think that's fantastic from Yike. managing to split up BLG. Herald secured, rocket grab, pulls back Yagao. He goes golden thanks to the stopwatch. Broken Blade holding on to the ult, separates them out. The breath is lost, and that's one on the board. Getting excited for Hansama, who remains untouched. They lose caps in the fight, but a second kill is secured. Hansama gets pushed by the all-out, but it's a third kill secured for G2. They get the objective, they get the kills, and G2 are close.
No, he hooked him mid-change as Mickey.
Manages to get caught, and look, once again, following Mickey, damage there onto Bin. 0, 1 and 6, correction, 1-1-1 rather, as Bin is now running for his life, pulled backwards, and that's another kill. The 6 secured. By the way, that Cole...
Again, Drake coming up.
Drake's
Mountain Drake's really big here for either team.
All right, target's going to be Yai. Shun starts off that cyclone. Multiple members from both sides grouping up. Nature's Grasp down. Yagao's hijacked his. It's blocked by the wind wall. G2 have lost a member. The barrel into the pit. Elk is the focus, but he flashes over the wall. He's on the other side of the rift. The G2 Esports are split. They're routed, and G2 are wrecked. Yes, there's one back there for Caps. Mickey may have saved his mid laner's life for now. The Ignite is tick, tick, tick burning, and Elk gets himself another. In the blink of an eye, BLG dominate G2, and with one more kill, they will ace this fight.
Everyone went for Elk, but he spooked. He hopped over the wall just as everyone in G2 went into the pit, and he manages to escape, manages to get the damage off, where it's then Hansama who's caught between a rock and a hard place, and it's the G280 carry.
Instant burst, right? It meant that BLG won, so that gold lead is ballooned once more. They picked up the Mountain Dragon as well. And now Mickey, yes, he's found the rocket grab. Hansama with the zap, the static field down. Nature's Grasp is flying, but there's not enough backup. Broken Blade and Bin, they are fighting in the bottom lane.
Getting an individual Drake, not worth it, but that does mean that as soon as G2 identify that Shun is in there, they need to actually pull the trigger, because if you give Shun enough time, he's just gonna get the Dragon. And right now, they either need to try and hard commit or start the Baron. We do see though, Shun is peeling off.
Yeah, he's trying to play it back and forth, has left the Dragon as they know G2 started this.
There we go.
Yeah, but now, look, BLG, they're fine walking in here. There isn't a huge amount of vision, but
Nature's Grasp been used. Reminder, wind wall still available. Baron's gone so low. Inside the pit, G2 have secured a can. They finish the fight.
Oh
the
my God.
Vigil has done so much damage. The Cyclone behind Elk is wrecking G2 Esports, and they
a Baron throw, and G2 were willing to give it to you. They sit in the pit, the Infernum comes through, and G2 are wiped.
I'm gonna call not worth, guys. I don't know about you, but HGI gets a shutdown.
Well, he's got himself one. He will be taken out by Elk for in this tournament, where a Baron turns completely awry.
And I think crucial there is that G2, I think you can pull that off, but you have to pull the trigger earlier, right? Because by the time that they start...
Now they have to try to defend, and more importantly for me, 3 items complete for both of these bot laners. While, yes, G2 are in a difficult situation, if they are able to find Elk, they can still do it. They just haven't shown me a capability, as all of a sudden Mickey's the next target. He's below 1,000, he's below 500. Elk is godlike. His 9th kill of the game, and in a 5 versus 4, BLG continue to pressure forward. 5-man stack in this middle lane.
Particularly when you get these Mountain Drakes, when you start stacking them, one of the biggest win conditions for G2, which is kill Elk, becomes so much harder as the ultimate.
I love that hijacks away from the Nature's Grasp. Caps is low, Hansama's low. Moonlight Vigil puts them down. While Hansama's got one back, the follow-up damage is simply too much to deal with. Yak's trying to clear out that minion wave as Caps has found himself a route to safety. 4 members down. Mickey's up in 3 seconds' time. G2 are holding on by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, no wave and no AD carry here for BLG will definitely slow them down a little bit though. So I think for G2, they will lose the inhibitor, but I imagine BLG will then back away after this one. The fact that Elk went that deep to try and kill Hansama definitely gave them that opportunity to just hold on that bit longer.
Oh, they were trying that. Yeah, they were looking for the team fighting your opponents, and it's something that even in the series against JDG, we saw them try and pivot away from. In this game, not the case.
And I think now BLG, they're in a great spot. Again, you've got 2 items onto Caps, but he hasn't really been a threat for BLG all game long. So that wing run we had a Broken Blade trying to assassinate Elk isn't really there. And G2 trying to step up to defend this tower.
Yagao's got the barrel. Yagao's hijacked it away. He catches Broken Blade with his own ability. Nature's Grasp comes down. It's too little. It might be too late. Elk has slain yet another 20 of his 25 team's kills involved. Pick up another. The tower falls as well. And while Hansama remains untouched, it simply does not matter. He gets one kill onto Shun before Elk takes him down. Elk goes golden using that stopwatch with one more kill. The ace secured once more for BLG. They are inside the base and teleporting to the Nexus. BLG looking to start this series with a 1-0 lead.
It was close until it just was not. BLG, they flashed the FPX logo once more. They're looking to close out the game one.
Fantastic, chaotic, entertaining, and it's BLG that strike first.
Almost 45 kills in about 30 minutes. It is exact. You could go 1-4, you can go 1-3-1, depending on how the mid lane matchups plays out. And G2 definitely took what happened in game one to heart, because this is as big of a Hansama 1v9 comp as you can do. I'm thinking back to the
long. We've had a couple of good emotes already. Scout of the week finds the stun. Bramble smash backwards to the sapling toss. It's 4 minutes in, so I don't want to overblow this. But I do think, Chronicler, you mentioned it in the previous game, looking at the Yasuo, looking at where Yike's pathing and decision-making is, as Mickey's in trouble, take it out. That's a solo kill in the bottom lane. Unable to punish the flashless Janna. Flame Chompers come down. Shun waiting in the wings, teleports out. Gravitim, not going to find the route just yet, but the TP will be at middle lane.
But this is a mess for Caps going in. Elk forced to cleanse and flashes away, but this is a mess here for G2 because you need this wave to crash so then you can actually try and achieve something. Yagao needs to roam out of mid, but he's frozen the wave in itself.
Shun's nearby, Shun's nearby. This is a 4 versus 3, but Hansama is so incredibly low. Howling Gale won't find its target. Dark Sphere, followed up by the root. Mickey's tanking the shots, and G2 get a kill. Now Yagao is joining. Level 5, doesn't have Spirit Rush available yet. Elk, blue and purple. He's caught by the Howling Gale. That should slow down any follow-up. And G2 escape. They pull up the... And now, once the backup is there, once the tower, the wave is starting to thin out, BLG, they will start this dragon stacking. The first of the game, a little bit of a pivot from the previous one. Ward will spot out here from Mickey and Hansama. Howling Gale still would be insane. I just don't think it's going to happen. And while that's happening, keep your eyes on Yike. He's making his way towards the top lane.
But there's not really much you can trade it for. Sure, you might get a couple of extra camps for Yike, but in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't mean much. Maybe you get the kill into Bin here.
Well, time to go all out. Broken Blade using the into off. That's an advance over the wall. Forces the flash once again. Reminder, Bin lost that in the 1v1. Sapling toss out. Counter-Strike finds the stun. Leap to the minions. Yike's only level.
or getting him killed.
But that's the thing. It's like, even if you get the... Oh, hang on.
Oh, beautifully done! BLG combo in the middle lane.
They should be able to.
And they desperately need this. Top lane is fairly even, but mid is heavily in favor of Yagao. Bot lane is heavily in favor of Elk. And the fact that G2 haven't been able to keep control over this bot side and have allowed BLG to get entrance, get vision, get Elk shoved, needs to stop. Otherwise, G2 are just slowly but surely going to bleed out as they get towards these later fights. So this Rift Herald needs to get into the hands of Hansama and make sure that they can, a range advantage, can actually push up and start to take these. Now Shun is still here. Yike has disappeared and Mickey's very close to that wall.
Oh, Mickey! Caught by the prison! Forced to flash! Manages to monsoon and buy between Bin and Broken Blade.
Bin!
What's going to happen here? Bin teleports in. 4 members of G2 are around. He's rooted in place, locked up, held down, buying time, finds the stun. Broken Blade forced to tank it out. Nature's Cross comes down. Here comes Yagao. That gets the flash out of Broken Blade. G2 Esports get a kill. It goes to Hansama as well. And now they're going to try to apply more pressure on the tower. Caps, can he find the stun?
Oh,
He
Caps
does! Finds it! Unleashes the power. Where's the rest of the members? That goes golden. Yagao using the stopwatch. Flame Choppers will not connect. On has arrived to the fight as well. Mickey's going low thanks to the Glitter Lance, and Shun is making his way top as well. 4 members of G2 chasing. The weak are scattered, and Yagao's wild growth manages to keep him alive. G2 on full retreat now. Tower still a focus. Multiple plates have fallen. Shun will get a kill back onto Caps. Flashes forward. Shun now looking for Hansama with the Arctic Assault. He's slowed by the Glitter Lance. Cleanse comes out once more, and Hansama still running for his damned life. Will be taken down by On. 2-1-2 and supportal combat reigns supreme. Are being sucked into the chaos that G2 are proposing and saying, mates, we invented this, come on, man, and taking them down.
But it also is kind of like BLG going back to their style, right? When you think of what BLG did domestically, it was, hey, look, Elk is going to be our major carry for the later game fights. We're going to have Bin on a carry. Yeah, go, cool. You just play for facilitation.
You're so far away. To be fair, it wasn't the most, the largest investment from Yike. Super Mega Death Rocket went just a little wide. G2 Esports will pick up their first tower of the game. They will get themselves the objective back as well, so play it safe and allow Bin to just do Bin things.
So, Dagger, how you... Oh, hold up.
Well, let's find out. Yeah, that's an engage following onto Yagao. Caps has still got the ult available. Teleport's completed. Bin and Broken Blade arriving. 4 members of BLG are surrounding G2. Broken Blade's going low. He's still got all out and may not get a chance to use it. Forces the kill back, and Yike now flashes to safety. Howling Gale comes up. Monsoon is available. Mickey may need to pull that trigger so incredibly soon. Glitterlon falls just short. Zap tags on to Elk, and he flashes forward through it. Bin finds another, and BLG...
One skirmish. What if we just hard 5v5, and when you're a Felios, you who is an item up, isn't even needed to win? It's not looking good.
And Elk literally just ran Sam and Mickey around the map. They're like, I can 1v2. This is fine.
There.
And now you get the Rift Herald into the base. Well, G2 are still trying to figure out the style they want to play against BLG. We saw this Gragas Yasuo combo in game number 1. Now G2 trying to go a bit more standard for what we see in the meta at the moment, but that's not really working out for them. So for G2, what do they do after this? Because BLG aren't going to stop.
The kills used. Nature's Cross dropped as well. Shun's thrown out the prison, but remember, this is just to keep members of G2 alive. Scatter the weak forward, captures the target, manages to escape for another. Here comes Bin. Caps flashes over the wall. Moonlight Vigil doesn't find anybody. The Howling Gale catches Elk. He used his flash earlier, and G2 find the kill. They find the shutdown. They find life in London. That's another secured onto one. The third onto Yiki.
Onto BLG AD carry, and now Shun and Bin, they're still around though.
They are indeed. There's no blast cone available. 2 members versus 5. This Baron's taking time. Sapling is going to spot out Shun for now. He can Arctic Assault over the wall, but he won't. The Baron's secured. It is not where I thought the game could be thrown, or at least a lifeline given to G2.
As well as a Baron.
Please keep in mind, that is a neutralizing force. G2 Esports need to use these Baron empowered minions to buy time, to pick up farm. There is still a significant disparity. There is also 20 seconds before the Dragon's Soul, and Broken Blade is the target. Shun has already used his ult. Yagao finds the charm, may need to Spirit Rush over the wall, and does so. Shun is jumped on. Hans Summers looking for another kill. He secures it and finds the shutdown. Copperbox goes mad as Yagao's now on the retreat. 4 members of BLG stepping away. The Mega Death Rocket will not find its target, and this is the first Dragon for G2. That gigantic lead has been squashed. The rest of G2, the fact that Broken Blade's been able to pick up a couple kills is very good. They are applying pressure. They are diving real deep here.
But that's a lot of what BLG would try and do when Bin was on things like the Jax. It's just that in times past, they'd have something that could facilitate him, like a Galio, or even something that could help control the pace of a fight like a Veigar. That's not what BLG have here with Yagao on the Ahri, and right now, G2 are just better set up to deal with this BLG squad as they try to jump on them. Top tower falls, mid is next on the menu.
And it's going to be taken down uncontested. Both the mid lane engage onto him as well as the river.
Oh.
Now, Yike, will he get out of this one? Scatter the Weak comes out. Flame Chomper's down. And that will be an easy kill.
Bin actually getting on top of Hans. You're in deep trouble.
The charm doesn't find the target. Scatter the Weak! Unleash power! Top quadrants seem to be prioritizing Baron Vision. And there's a teleport in here. Is a G2 starting the fight before the objective? Caps and Yike moving forward. Broken Blade is the target of Shun, and Bin gets the 3rd Q. Yagao tagged, stepping backwards, waiting for the Nature's Cross until that's thrown down. I don't believe the fight is happening.
They're trying to see if they can deal with BLG before Elk can really swap over. You can see him desperately trying to get to his red and white. Needs to get rid of the Infernum if he wants to do so. G2, they move over towards the Baron.
Howling Gale will throw up Shun. Prison is unavailable. Mickey already exhausted. Nature's Grasp is down. Bin is looking to hop into the pit. He does so, but the Baron's secured by G2 in an ensuing fight. Shun is going forward. That's a resurrection coming out now for Bin, and the damage onto one sends him packing. Elk has not been able to fire. Elk did not get the red-white, but it's G2 that find themselves the kill. They've got the Baron already, and Broken Blade is holding members of BLG in place.
G2 learned a lesson from the last buffs. You're in trouble, and the TP comes through.
Broken Blade went to the bottom lane. G2 Esports are completely grouped up, but it's Yike that's tanking it for now. Shun is locked off from the rest of the crowd. Hard Summer gets another, gets excited, and gets on the front foot. Elk will take him down, but not before Caps kills Elk. G2 Esports have got the numbers advantage. G2 Esports coming back from a gigantic deficit. 30, 40-second death timers. Are you not entertained, London and the Copper Box? As G2 will pull a rabbit out of the hat. Let's not forget that it was the counter-engage. It was punishing BLG, but it's not done yet. Bin needs to be taken down by G2 and is done so. The Baron and Power Canyon Minion helping out. The Nexus turret will fall. The Nexus will be the focus, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else. We've got a series on our hands.
It's a team fight meta, and G2 says, all right, we hear you. We'll draft for team fights. And this is the result.
Fight, regardless of what happened in the early stages, Mickey was massive on this Jan in preventing so many of those team fights from going the way of BLG, even preventing people like Bin from getting in. So coming back down to it, I like what G2 have. It's just a case of can they execute in the early game, because that's been the struggle.
Yeah, and looking at this, I do think there's also more pressure on them to do so, right? There's no Maokai, there's no Kassan.
Reset in before Shun, because he started in that top quadrant, makes his way up here, but might be a bit too late.
And this is exactly what I was anticipating as that wave gets cleared out. Broken Blade steps forward, Shun is available, flashes up for Broken Blade, but here comes Yike, 2v2, Broken Blade flashes away from the leap strike. Yike is now the target of Shun, takes a crushing blow to the face, no movement from mid lane as yet, as that mist is dropped down, and Yike is able to escape both of the respective bot laners. Yike now trying to hold the tower. Leap strikes forward, Spectral Maw as well, the leap and the tower ends up being a trade 1-for-1. Close by bonus goes to Bin.
I mean, that'll be...
Problems could have arisen.
Again, though, it's G2 investing into the top side. Shun spots Caps.
Oh, look for the charm, holding on to it for now. Caps flashes away. He gets these 2 charges on that Spirit Rush. The charm still connects. Caps goes down, drops the tippers as well. Shun has a crushing blow. The shield comes up for a second longer, and Yagao stays alive. Yike's running for his life, and on once again. Flashes forward, the Clitolons, the health picks, the charm from Yagao! It's not done yet! Broken Blade throws down the Noxian Guillotine! And it's a trade of a 1-for-1. Yagao, so if Hans Summer sticks around, that's a target to die.
But this is the thing, BLG have been playing really well around the map as to where G2 want to try and put some pressure. When you look towards the top side, because Broken Blade doesn't have the TP, the second Broken Blade wants to push a wave and actually get a reset in, lacking that teleport. BLG are reading that situation and catching G2 as they're starting to rotate up. And now...
And start denying vision, start setting up traps, and catch people off guard.
It does feel like G2 can't really find the moments to go against. Well, now at least they're going to get down here with the Rift Arrow, but you can see that Caps had full push in mid. They want to try and look for the dive, but the wave was cleared out by BLG, so we'll get the charge, but I don't think they'll get much more.
Well, multiple plates secured. It's only a 500 gold difference between Elk and Hansama. And already picked up for Bin with those 2 kills. Yike's looking for Shun, who manages to get past the Flame Chompers and is forced to flash! The Heartbreaker and the chip damage was way more than I was even expecting. Huge objective yet. If you look, we're a couple seconds away from Dragon. I think Heartbreaker is the only major one that may not be available. Super Mega Deathrock is 5 seconds away. And it's G2 inside the pit. They are still down. 1,400 gold. Bin has teleport available, but he may not want to jump into a 5 versus 4.
I mean, BLG are fine here. They're just like, cool, you take it. We're just going to take the top lane turret and get clear out mid wave and start to get control of the Rift Arrow.
Because we saw BLG very happy to go for a very similar style of draft, but I do like that they also identified, hey, in the last game, we only team fought, right? Especially once we got to the early game points, enabling Bin and allowing him to actually be a pressure point against the top laner without TP is big as Caps.
Caps again, this time jumped on, Decimate, Incinerate, Summon Tippers, Cyclone 1, Cyclone 2, Stopwatch buys time with the Super Mega Deathrock, it goes wide, Moonlight Vigil just about does it! Elk and BLG pick themselves up. Based on what you've seen from BLG in the LPL, Dagda, do they have the self-control to do so? I'll ask you to think about that for a moment, as Yike will be backed up by Mickey, teleport coming in from Caps, no flash available, Tippers is though, Cyclone is already knocking them up, Tippers will land beautifully onto Shun's head, the follow-up is there, Yikes looking to break the hearts of BLG, steals away the counter-strike, finds the stun, and Broken Blade finds another, and Summer's excited, he's got the red buff, but he does get charmed up.
And there is your answer, Trev. They're going to try and get up the Yagao.
Oh, waiting for the reset. Yikes for BLG.
And immediately this turret is going to go down, might get at the very least a charge on the tier 2. And while this is going on, Caps currently crashes the wave in mid as well.
Take a look at that goal difference. Yike, 4-2 and 1. 1,600 gold up on a champion like Viego. That if Bin or Elk are the scary...
Comes the flank, Broken Blade waiting for a juicy target, but it gets blown up and gives a shutdown over to Elk.
It's also the fact that now you have no front line. G2
That's
could have actually gone over for the Dragon, but with Broken Blade down, nobody wants to try and face check into this, so they end up just backing away. BLG get a Dragon that in no world should have been theirs.
And G2, we've seen that BLG can really struggle if you're able to keep them down, right? Catch them off guard, try and catch them in rotations, try and force them into fights they're not supposed to take. Moments like this, it gets...
Go for Baron.
I want to keep my eyes on Yike as well. Obviously the rookie to the international stage, the rookie to G2 Esports this year, has been one of the very surprising members and has been leaned on. I think in a recent interview the team was saying, or he was saying, the team just fully trusts him. They let him be the carry. They let him play the Valves, the Kha'Zixes, and you see them...
Can they find that backline, and can they keep track of Bin and Yagao? Even with the Janna, not nearly as many tools as last time around to keep Hansama safe. As they're going to start up the Baron here.
This is just a straight flip, that's a question. Bin on the teleport.
They want his teleport. They want to try and get it out of him.
Okay, so that means we want G2 to peel. If that teleport starts to be chummed, they got to peel. Bin is already in the middle lane. Baron's down to 4,000. Bin's arrived. That's at least the Howling Gale catching up onto one. They found a kill. Yagao is just blown up. Now G2 have to fancy a shot. Shun gets caught up by the flame droppers. Heartbreaker over the wall. Elk goes forward. Red, white, Moonlight Vigil, Baron secured. But can G2 get away? Caps running low, stays alive. Disintegrate Shun in the river. And Bin is running for his life. 5 members of G2 alive, and they're not done yet. Chasing on to one. Yike hasn't found the CC, and Elk Red turns away. Green and white now got that range. He steps out.
Completed. G2 want to go for the Dragon. Elk in the bushes isn't spotted.
3 seconds before Shun spawns, as you mentioned. Spellbook is there for Yagao, but I don't know if he really wants to. TP in instead, holding Flash Ignite, making his way forward. Broken Blade catches himself a Jax, decimates away, crippling strikes down, and Yagao's charm goes wide. Hansama follows the rest of the squad. Yike is on a rampage, and he's looking at
step of the way.
And you see BLG just, they can't find anything.
Oh, look at this from Yagao. Super Mega Death Rocket goes a little bit wide. Hansama chasing the kill is forced to flash for his life. Shun's not done yet, and he gets the shot. Soul is still a little while away. Baron, Red Bull Baron Power Puff, already timed out, right? So G2 Esports happy, content to continue pushing. They've stacked up as 5. Reminder, no teleports available. Only 1 for Caps. It's on cooldown. Tibbers is dropped down, and Yike is the target, forced to use the ulti just to escape. And the tower will fall. While that's going on, Ben is continuing to push up top. Zap.
Available here for BLG. A GA and a stopwatch for G2 as they got caught.
Oh, they do indeed. Disintegrate fired out. Cap being burned down by Elk. He drops Tippers, uses Hourglass, and Elk forced to kill, forced to safety, but he gets the kill. Hansama and Yike are knocked up into the air. Shun's done so well. Yike forced to ult over the wall. 2 quick kills for BLG. Inside the Dragon Pit, and Broken Blade needs to pull off a miracle. Bin goes forward, managing to find the Counter-Strike stun and force G2 away. G2 lose 2 members and they lose the Dragon.
G2 were split out. They weren't in a position to actually follow.
Broke is punished, and that's what allows BLG back into the game.
BLG actually finds the flank that we've been talking about for like 2 games. Get onto the backline at the beginning, and now start up the Baron.
There's no Monsoon available for Mickey. Yike is stepping forward, will not be able to get into the pit. Broken Blade looks for the apprehend. Yike's looking for the CC, but they're split, they're routed, they're wrecked. Broken Blade gets enough heal from that Q to stay alive. Caps is alive, Tippers is there. He drops it onto the head of Elk, but there's no one to chase. Super Mega Death Rocket goes wide. Yike is trying to get himself a kill. He manages to steal away Yagao Zari, but now needs to back up. Instead, looks for that kill, gets himself one more. Now Yike is chasing on. Hansama has been able to spawn back in and is trying to find Bin. The zap, the rockets, the pow-pows, all they need. Bin is able to leap away to safety. Barons are being removed from members of BLG. That is crucial for G2 Esports. The recall coming out, and that's not going to be enough. Hansama gets the
BLG have the better position on the map. You can see it there. Bin can be such a threat on towards the top side. He's caught though.
Completely caught out. G2 or BLG right now. G2 are split up. Obviously, they've lost the tower. That's not good. But they are at risk of being flanked. Broken Blade threatening the Ghost, threatening the Apprehend, teleport being channeled. Broken Blade uses the stopwatch. That wasn't a bait. Manages to jump onto Elk, stepping forward. Noxian Guillotine still available, but not used, as all of a sudden with Hansama down, G2 are running for their lives. Elk stays alive. Broken Blade is killed. Mickey is killed. Caps and Yike are the last one standing, and BLG punish G2 Esports. Ow!
That is a heartbreaking mistake to come through. The moment that Darius isn't in the picture, the rest of BLG is more than ready to respond.
Was he trying to use that strike breaker and hit the stopwatch instead? I have no idea. BLG were the ones that were targeted. BLG were the ones that were being jumped on, but it's BLG that take down G2. And BLG will go 2-1 in the series. They were 1 win away from advancing in MSI.
We talk about the difference between how Eastern teams can play around their AD carries, and that was every single game in this series so far. Give resources towards that top side. If you're now able to get those onto a Jace, you have a lot of poke damage that can try and come through before these fights start off. Onto Yag and go for on. It could be a disaster.
Look at Shun. Stepping his way forward, will be inside the vision for G2. The Aqua Prison's available. Unbreakable comes up. Heartbreaker forward. Mickey forced to flash away. Ticking, burning. Mickey somehow stays alive. I held my breath when damage onto him. He needs the glacial path away. Hansama will be the target. Forced to cleanse already, down to 100, and with the minion.
And also be in a position to freeze this away from Hansama and Mickey.
Look at the rotation. Mickey is coming up as well, trying to take down Yagao here.
Yike already showing presence. Helped out in the bottom lane. Body slam, pushed away. First blood!
Safe as Shun walks up.
That relentless pursuit coming in clutch. Shun will be a target, gets caught out by that.
Actually be able to fight back in some of these skirmishes. This have been mostly individual picks, combined with a nice play on the top side of the map. But this first Herald fight, pivotal for BLG.
Let's see if they're going to be able to achieve much here. G2 already moving in. Mickey's there.
Well, there's the engage. Gao goes with a glacial path forward. Ring of Frost goes down. Mickey's the first to fall. Kill secured by Shun's Viego. The Herald down to 1,400 hit points. Ons arrive to the fray. The ebb, the flow, the Aqua Prison, and BLG, they pick up the skirmish.
Well, thank you. Very clear answer. BLG was away, and they did decisively. Shigao does get caught.
He does get caught. Caps goes all out. The Prison throws him in the air, and Yagao is
mid.
All right, very quickly as the engage now goes forward, Elk will be dropped. Hansama and Mick, things have played out.
Exactly. Shun had overextended. He got caught. Now Elk overextends that bot lane in the 2v1. He ends up going down. Caps, though, doesn't have control over mid. BLG moving down with Bin. They want to try and contest here.
We want to go back to what happened in the previous skirmish. Because of the Elk play bot side, we didn't get to see a replay of it. The initial few seconds are the most important. If BLG get a kill, you are not going to win the fight, right?
Up. It's a gold advantage to Hansama on the Aphelios. Those early levels, those early trades, and that early gank from Yike working out. Shun appreciating that and instantly jumping onto Mickey. The Unbreakable buys so much time. Maybe Quickshot does cast a curse that bottom lane. Heartbreak forward. Again, Moonlight Vigil's on cooldown. Cleanse used. Flash needed yet. Hansama continues to run for his life and holds on to that flash.
To make sure they can slam that home. Moving towards Broken Blade in this top side.
Plays the target. Will be caught inside the tomb. Vin continues to chase. Fires out the needlework. One last frost shot will secure it.
Is able to get first turret blood before BLG can use the Herald to crack open the map. That's a really big win for them.
He might be able to do so as well. Yagao just going to be here as the tower falls, so you're not going to be able to get it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he shouldn't take this and immediately try and move into the mid lane to get that middle turret down, make things a little bit easier, open up a long lane for Elk and On to start chasing members down in this mid lane.
With that tower being secured now, may have been thrown down and will allow the reposition. Caps is already in the river. Broken Blade used that teleport just a little bit ago. Red-White has just timed out before the Dragon fight. Yike stepping forward, level 9, was all out thrown, Heartbreaker away, Shun stays alive, but it's Elk that finds Hansama. G2 Esports are so split up that Elk is able to cull him down. Now Caps in and amongst the fray. The explosive cast comes up, but there's no damage. There's no follow-up. There's no G2 to finish the fight.
You can't fight on the... And G2, they say, yeah, sure, throw everything onto Sean. He's able to flash an ultimate out. And Elk showcasing the lethality of this Lucianami.
Oh, so much damage. Unbreakable's buying time. Bin, however, is not done. Mercurial Hammer to the skies. Drops right down, but Broken Blade's the next target. We're playing...
Say, NA Brom, your Aphelios should never die. Like that, right? So Illusion is taken down.
Oh, I mean, look at this. Hans Summer's the target. The culling this time round is blocked by the Unbreakable. The tidal wave, however, sends Hans in the air. The needles are fired, waiting for the snip, snip, snip. Bin can't find him, but the Heartbreaker does. Instant reply, though, as Yike...
No, but they didn't know. Gonna look towards that 5v5. Bin isn't here yet, but does have TP.
All right, Caps takes a little bit of damage there from Out, but that Tide Caller's blessing. Bin's making his way from the middle lane. Winter's Bite won't find a target. The Fissure is still up. The Moonlight Vigil too. Unbreakable. That's a big cooldown. Red, white, Hans Summers the target in this fight. Tidal Wave will not send him up, but the re-engage is good. Aqua Crescent buys some time, and Hans Summers simply cannot stay around long enough. BLG have got one, have got two. They are looking for the third, and they're not done yet. The Dragon was ignored.
Now, with Baron in their sights, BLG want to make sure that they are advancing forward.
And this time around, G2 not really in the position. Guy can go for maybe a miracle steal. But look, Yagao marking him and making sure that he can't get close.
No ultimate, no flash, no body slam.
Is an almost impossible task.
Bin is on the top side of the map though, so G2 considering maybe we can make something happen. Yike maybe even look for the steal. Caps though, taking a ton of damage in the mid lane. Dragon below half HP.
I mean, third item completed already. That's the Infinity Edge. Teleport being channeled here from Bin. That will at least get G now. Once again, continuing the pressure. Caps is the target. He's caught out. He's rooted in place. Blade of the Rune King comes out, and Elk is unstoppable. Caps just gets punished for recalling around the corner.
He should never have been there.
Big fights. G2 Esports with one potential last shot remaining. Half items completed. Caps will be the next target. Gets caught in place by that Ring of Frost, by the Glacial Tomb as well. He goes all out, buys enough time for Yike to arrive. The tidal wave will, but it's the only way that G2 can buy some time.
Oh, but even if you kill Elk, Bin is level 16. Gwen, monster fed as well. They need a miracle here.
Let's see what they can do. Bin steps forward, snippety snip snip. Shun's gonna back away with that ultimate. The engage forward. Hans Summers the target for now. Yike has been able to push Elk away, but Elk stays alive. That stopwatch is buying time. Caps looks for him and finds him, but at what cost? 3 members of G2 are down. It's all up to Broken Blade, and it's not gonna be enough. The ace for BLG.
And the mission is accomplished, but at what cost? Yes, Elk goes down eventually, but the stopwatch to cleanse by so much time. And Bin says, hey, I'm here as well, and completely decimates the backline of G2.
BLG handled the laning pressure from Yike, and the challenge from G2 Esports, and BLG will eliminate G2 from MSI. BLG advanced to the next stage in their lower bracket run towards finals.